Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna. Counting down the days now to the Premier League season resumes. Just a few more days, really looking forward to it. I've got Onyi with me. Hey bro, how are you?
Well, Amit, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Looking forward, as I say, like not long now till the season starts. It's been great. We have a World Cup on.
Yeah. The World Cup was epic, man. I tell you, it was. Excuse me. I think particularly even the early games, but I think this is one of the best World Cups for a long time. I really enjoyed it, man. I really did.
Yeah, what a final. Really, that final was one of the best matches ever that you could wish to see. As you said, the whole World Cup in general was good. We saw some upsets earlier in the tournament, with like the likes of Saudi Arabia beating the eventual champions Argentina. We saw Morocco doing so well, getting to the semi-final. But that final, wow, what a final!
I had the heating on in my house, and I remember I changed my t-shirt twice because I was just up and down. I was running around. I was like, wow. I mean, no, it was for Argentina fans. That was the final of all finals. For France, at least they tried. For us neutrals, or for the neutrals, my gosh, like you couldn't make it up, man. That was yeah, that was definitely Mbappe, Messi versus Mbappe. That was history in the making.
Yeah, so for you now, do you think it's settled the debate between Ronaldo and Messi, who's the better player?
Yeah. But I think Messi, to say that between Messi and Ronaldo is interesting because I think Ronaldo's like Messi's the press or the media's darling, so he's got that great marketing behind him. But his stats speaks for itself. He's done it at the highest possible level when many of us were doubting him. To say is he better than Ronaldo is an interesting question. I mean, Ronaldo's done it consecutively in different countries over the last, 10, 15 plus years. He took Portugal a nobody and won the European Championship. So let's not underestimate or underrate Ronaldo just to boost up Messi. I think Messi's definitely world class. I don't think he's the best player of all time, personally, in my opinion. He's definitely in the top three, four, and no particular order. That would be Pele, Maradona, Zidane, and you have to put Messi there. But Messi is yeah, he carried Argentina, but Argentina, the likes of Martinez played very well. But yeah, I don't think I've answered your question, but yeah, I would say right now, currently, he's better than Messi. Yeah, because the World Cup is the best of all best, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Like it's just capped his career because he's won everything at club level. As you were saying, but he's only really done it with Barcelona. He has gone to PSG now. I think if he could win the Champions League with PSG as well, that would help to cap it off even more for him to show that he can do
Yeah.
it. Two different teams, two different countries. But yeah, just what a performance from me. Scored in every round from group stages
Oh.
all the way through. And Mbappe as well. Got to shout him out. He was brilliant throughout the World Cup. They're talking about like passing on the torch now. So like from Ronaldo and Messi, it's going to go to Mbappe. With the way he was playing in that World Cup, he's still so young. He's just going to get better and
Yeah,
better.
yeah, 100%.
So let's talk about some of our players that are featured in the World Cup now. Got to start with Saka. What a performance from him! He was outstanding in that World Cup, especially that game against France. I know Mbappe is such a great player, but for that game, for me, by far, Saka was the man of the match. He was always dangerous, so unlucky with the referee, and he was fouled so many times. It was ridiculous what the referee was doing. But what a performance from Saka in that game and in the World Cup in general.
Saka, I don't like using the term world class because that's a very interesting term. But for me, he's proved it on the world level. He is a fine player. I mean, his ability to run, his ability to, interlink, his vision. He's a really fantastic player, And at the World Cup, at the world level, we've seen that guy gets fouled so much. I mean, it's unbelievable, man. I'm just hoping and praying that this guy doesn't get injury prone, and that's why we need to get a player that can play in his position at Arsenal because he's only young. He's been playing so many games at the highest level. We don't want him to burn out, but he is absolutely brilliant. Honestly, he's a joy to watch, and he's still what 21, 22.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy. The way he plays so
Yeah,
effortlessly, the way he glides along the pitch. He's able to use both feet really comfortably, and yeah, he's got all assets to his game. it's just going to get better and better as we're saying. So young, we must sign him up to a long-term contract, bro. It's really important. I'm hopeful he will sign, but we need to get that done.
I saw some reports that yeah, Man City looking for him. I was like, yeah, what? April Fools, whatever, whatever. He has to prove himself as an Arsenal legend. He's not an Arsenal legend now, of course, but I think he's got the potential to be an all-time Arsenal great. So he's still young. His feet are on the ground. He comes from a good Christian background. So I think he's focused on the football. He's not too much in the limelight. You can just tell he's just young. He's focused on the football. And with a manager like Arteta, who's good at man management, it's perfect for him.
So next player I wanted to talk about, and this is a sad one, unfortunately, got injured during that World Cup. Such a shame. It's a massive blow for us. Gabriel Jesus, he's had to have surgery. We're looking at, they're saying 3 months out. We're about 2 weeks away since the surgery, so maybe 2.5 months left out. Massive blow for us.
I was gutted. I was like, oh, for frick's sake, man. Because Jesus, his performance, as a leader of Arsenal, one of the leaders, but as a forward player, it's been remarkable. Honestly, you can tell that him and Zinchenko have raised the game for us at Arsenal. And to lose him, I was like, oh, because I was like, ah, man. I mean, I'm seeing some reports that at the end of February he could be back in training. So, but of course you need a couple more, or maybe a couple more weeks or a month to get back in there. But I was gutted, and it's going to be a serious loss for us. But I think, I mean, I suppose we'll talk about this later in a minute. But I think that now Arteta, of course, Eddie signed a contract. He's a number 14. He's most willing to start playing. But I think we need to really think about buying a striker, and not just because Jesus is injured, but to win a Premiership, win a title, and to all the other cups we're in, we need a squad. So maybe this might be a blessing in disguise in that sense.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what we're doing with transfer window. It's hard, as you know, like in January to get players in, but we're in such a great position in the league. It's a great chance for us to really put in a good title challenge. So, got to go all out, hopefully, and try and strengthen the team in January. I'll ask you a little bit more about the transfer window in a little bit. Before we go on to that, I just wanted to ask about our season so far. So it's been such an amazing start. When we started the season, we're hoping hopefully top four is the target, and we're hoping anything above will be a bonus. But we started so well, and we've just maintained it. We've gone such a good run. We only lost one game all season. That game that we lost was unlucky as well. We could have beaten Man United, or worst case, got a draw there. We played well in that game. We've deserved to get our wins. The only one where we're a little bit shaky, would say, is Leeds. But apart from that, we've been outstanding this season. And to be at the top, but not just at the top, but 5 points clear, it's been amazing. What's your thoughts?
It's been remarkable. Honestly, like you, I was saying, okay, this season, I mean, in the end of last season, I was on a particular Arsenal YouTube channel. I said that, look, let's go for top four and a good run, or potentially win Europa Cup, sorry. So now we're actually challenging for the Premiership, and we're playing as a unit, as a team, with so much resilience, with so much love, with so much focus. It's remarkable. I mean, you mentioned the Leeds game. That's the kind of game last season we would have lost or drew, but we had luck on our side, quote unquote, and we played to the last minute. So I think there's a new resilience, a new team, a new bonding, a new unity, and a new focus. And yeah, credit to the lads, credit to Arteta, the management team. I think it's remarkable. We're 5 points clear, coming into a new year or coming into Christmas. So I think that's like wow, like no one would have predicted that, not in a million years, and no one did anyway. So.
Yeah, it's been amazing. As you say, all credit to Arteta and the players. When you look at where we were not too long ago, finishing 8th place to where we've come to now, it's really amazing. So it's 3 years anniversary for Arteta as well. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask you a bit more then about the season so far. In terms of, for you, what's your favorite win for us so far?
Good question. So I've had many favorite wins. Of course, beating the Scum 2-1, or was it 3-1 or whatever? We beat them. That was really good. But I think for me, the first game against Crystal Palace. Remember last season we lost to them, and that was a door opener to our season. So that was such an important win. But I think after losing against Man United, we should at least got a draw. We had, I think, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Leeds. And for us to win, beat Liverpool, I think beat Tottenham, and then play Leeds and win all those 3 games. For me, that was the most pivotal time. I think. Let me just check online just to make sure I got it right. But yeah, definitely after the Man United game. Sorry, Brentford. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. Yeah. So we beat Brentford 3-0. Then we played Tottenham and then Liverpool. So for me, I think coming after that 3-1 loss to Man United, beating Brentford 3-0 was such a pivotal victory, knowing that in the next league games, we've got Liverpool and Tottenham, which we beat. So for me, I would say, of course, beating Tottenham is always good all the time. But I think that 3-0 against Brentford was perfect, particularly after getting lost to Man United. And we knew that the referee was a bit of a. So yeah, my favourite one was a 3-0 against Brentford. Pivotal.
It was nice as well after the comments we saw of Ivan Tony last season saying, nice kickabout. We went very
Yeah,
what it really a nice kickabout is because we were so dominant in that one. It was just so easy. Second half, we were just cruising, you know.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. And funny enough, I would have liked. I mean, I bet that he won't be saying that again. No pun intended. But I would have loved someone like Ivan Tony to be at Arsenal because I think he'll be a great player, and he's not. Do you understand? He's not like, oh, I need to play. I need to play on the first team. That's a good squad player, but lo and behold, whatever happened, happened. But yeah, that was an important victory that lined us up because if we wouldn't have won that one, particularly after losing to Man United, facing Tottenham and Liverpool would have been too difficult. But we beat them and beat them very well, and then we've gone on to beat. So I think yeah, Brentford 3-0 was an important game for us.
Okay, yeah. Talking about Ivan Tony, like, I was speaking to one of my friends, and he was saying as well, he thinks that that'd be a great addition to our squad. And he would because we've seen he's Premier League ready. You know, he scores goals. He's proven he can score goals in the Premier League against big teams. Just before the international break, we saw him score 2 goals against City, which was an amazing performance. The only issues we're hearing is always issues he's having with this betting stuff, and he's apparently the FA are investigating him. So I don't think it's likely that we will go for
No,
it. But
at all.
that
Yeah.
would have been a good addition to our squad in the situation we're in right now. Because again, he's one of them hard-working players up front, which is similar to Jesus. So
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be a help for us in the situation we're in. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't see that one happening. All right. So another thing I want to ask you just about the season so far is this is a difficult one because we've had so many outstanding performances. You haven't got to give me one. You can give me a couple if you want. But who would you say for you at the moment so far this season has been our best player?
Okay. And so as Arsenal fans, we're at a stage where we can't just say one straight away. So Saliba has been brilliant. I watched it. I think it was not in the first game and one of the games after that. And he's like a rose. He's just so elegant on the ball. He's just like he's been playing for like 20 years, or not 20 years, but 10 years. He's just brilliant. Um Partey has been fantastic. Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, of course. But I think Granit Xhaka. I think Granit Xhaka has been superb. He's a leader on and off the pitch. He can tell he's improved as a player. He plays for the badge, and he's all over the pitch now that he's in that different kind of role. So for me, kudos to Jesus, Martinelli's been fantastic. In fact, all our players have been fantastic. But I think Granit Xhaka, yeah, he's he's brought a good shift throughout consistently. Consistently. Sometimes he's been, gone under the radar, but when you watch him, he does the working. And not to undermine anyone else, so Saliba, how can I forget Ben White? I mean, come on, man. From central defender to now right back. Come on, man. Partey has improved. At the last season, he was saying at one stage he was 4 out of 10. He's definitely 7.5 out of 10 already. And let's hope and pray he doesn't get injured. Jesus has been it's just been just second to none. So I think we've had Saka added goals. Odegaard, captain, fantastic. I wasn't really a fan of him to be honest, but I hold my hands up high. I was like, oh no, it's 2 weeks, not this and that. But he's been fantastic. But for me, thus far, I think Granit Xhaka. I think he's been such a important and vital pivot and cog in the wheel of Arsenal Football Club. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's been outstanding. As you said, so many players. Like, got to give it to the whole team. It's been amazing. Like, really, everyone's been standing up and playing so well.
Yes.
talk to you about our rivals now. It's really nice to be able to say this, but our main rivals at the moment are Man City. When we started the season, we didn't think we'd be saying that at all, but
Yeah.
we're top of the league, 5 points ahead of them, and then after them, there's like even a bigger gap to the rest of them: Newcastle, Tottenham, Liverpool, Chelsea. So we're looking at Man City now as our direct rivals. We're ahead of them, 5 points. I want to talk about them a little bit with you. So they looked a little bit shaky, especially just before the international break. They're 3 games before that. I was watching, they were very lucky against Leicester, I thought, with a 1-0 win. Super lucky against Fulham with that late penalty. They really didn't deserve to win that game at all. I don't think that was really a penalty either, but they got the
No,
win in the end. And then the week after that, just the game before the international break, we saw, as we mentioned earlier, what Brentford did to them. They really deserved to win that one. They were all over them. Ivan Toney got 2 great goals, and they lost that one 2-1. So they've looked quite shaky. What's your thoughts on them?
it's interesting. Man City is an interesting one. You're like, because you can tell they haven't peaked like Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp, and take your hats off to them because they've done wonderful stuff. But any football man will know that, or football person will know that Liverpool have peaked. Man City certainly haven't peaked, but I think they're just going through a funny run. But we have to be very careful because 5 points, we can't afford to slip up because they will pounce. But no, I'm not underestimating Man City at all. No way, no way. But if it continues how it continues, we'll end up being the Premiership champions. But no, they're too good to fall down and just hopefully be 10 points clear. We'll be, but no, I think they might add a few players here and there, but no, then just going for a little blip, you know. And I think and the 5 points is credit to us, the fact that, for example, we didn't lose against Leeds. Remember, we could, if we would have drawn, that could have been points lost. If we'd have lost, of course, points lost. So I think also the 5 points is not just the Man City not playing that great, it's us grinding out results. I think there's one particular game, I can't remember when they played before us and the points was like maybe 2 points, whatever. I think it was, I'm sure we played Aston Villa, I can't remember. And then we won and then it ended up an increasing point. So I think Man City are Man City. They're still on paper, the champions, the best side in the Premiership, but on form, yeah, let the dip continue.
That's also, it's very strange because there's been this big break, which we've never had before. So the kind
Yeah,
of form is going to go a little bit out the window because we don't know where everyone's going to restart from, what kind of form we're going to be in. It's like a complete restart after such a long break. But one thing we got to
yeah,
say, we know they're a class team and they've proven it in recent seasons. They're able to go on runs of like winning 10 games in a row. And they've shown that they're getting
yeah.
crazy amount of points, like up to 100 points, and winning league titles. So they're going to be really hard, and it's going to be a big challenge for us. But even if they don't falter and they do get into that form, we just got to concentrate on ourselves. If we keep going on the runs that we've been going on this season, then we'll be right up there.
I mean, the next 5 games is West Ham, Brighton. Then January is Tottenham, Newcastle, Man United. Though the next 5 games, and I said it at the start at a couple, I think last month or 2 months. The next 5 games, end of January, will determine the next level where we're at. The first part of the season, 5 points clear, brilliant. World Cup. Now let's get back to business. By the end of January, we've played Newcastle, Man United, Tottenham, and West Ham, as well as Brighton, who beat us in the Europa Cup or in the Carabao Cup. The end of January, it will take us to the next level, particularly as a January transfer window. So it's going to be very interesting. Those January games in particular are not going to be easy. Newcastle, Tottenham, and Man United. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Like that January is going to be difficult. We know we've got FA Cup matches there as well. The Europa League
Yeah.
starting in February, March time. So, squad depth's going to be really important as well. It's a condensed season, as we know, and a lot of our players have just come from playing in a World Cup. We know that's a condensed tournament. Fatigue is going to come into it. So, looking at the January transfer window,
Yeah.
what do you reckon we should be looking to do? Looking to strengthen the team, and if so, where?
Well, definitely, Mudryk has to come in. I gave when Jesus got injured, I said I would love to see Martinelli up top, up front, Mudryk on the left, and Saka on the right. And I don't think that would cause that much of an imbalance or disruption. So, and as you mentioned earlier, I can't see us buying a big name striker. Particularly those that are playing in the Champions League. Someone like Ivan Toney would have been great, but definitely Mudryk would be good because he can play on both flanks. One. Is it Danilo from the Brazilian side as a backup to Partey. So I would say those two positions. Mudryk, I think more than likely, there's a 99.9% of chance him coming in. He's very versatile, both-footed, left and right, and definitely just in case of Partey, then we get Danilo as a defensive stylist midfield. Apart from that, I think defensively wise, we're good. I don't think we've got abundance there. We've got ESR coming back. There's Vieira, to name but a few. But yeah, I would say Mudryk definitely, and that would just ease up Saka as well, even though we've got Reece Nelson and Danilo. As I said, I just can't see us necessarily buying a striker. Listen at some of reading Arteta's comments. He's pretty happy with Arteta, and he knows that. Okay, I mean with Eddie Nketiah. So he knows that he has to just kind of manage it and then boost the team like that. As we mentioned, Ivan Toney would have been perfect because he's not playing no European football. Brentford are not that much of a big club in that sense. But I think, Mudryk and Danilo for now. And then if we do get a striker, but there's been a couple of names been banded around. But I don't, even though I would like us to strike, because football, to win titles and trophies is a squad game now, isn't it? And I think just particularly January now with the 3 games we've got coming up, or them 3 big games, a striker would be good. But yeah, Mudryk and Danilo. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's hope we can get some business done. As we're saying, with all these games coming up, and this is our best chance in so many years to really push the title. So if we can get in a couple of players to help boost the squad, it also help to boost the rest of the squad as well. Knowing that we're pushing hard, bringing more competition in for them.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially, and with Thomas Partey, we do need some more cover. So let's hope they can get it done. We've been doing it so well in the transfer window recently. Got to give praise to Edu. The scouting's been amazing. The players we've got in. So let's hope they do some more great work in January. So I wanted to ask you now a little bit about the West Ham game. So it's our next one coming up. It's been after this long break. In terms of team selection, not sure about Saliba's situation. Didn't play in the World Cup, but he was in the squad, and it's just a few days ago. So not sure if he's going to be available for selection. I would think that Saka and Martinelli will be been back in training, so they should be back. So there should be a full strength team, probably apart from, as we know, Jesus and Saliba maybe. Looking at West Ham, London derby, they're going to be up for it. It's been a long break. Everyone's going to be really keen to get back in. And as always, after international break, we're always worried how we're going to come back in, how the players going to gel. It's been 1 month. Normally, international break's just a couple of weeks, but it's actually 5 weeks this break, so it's a long one.
Yeah.
I've never experienced anything like this before. What's your thoughts on this West Ham game?
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm, you mentioned Saliba. I'm not sure why he wouldn't play. I don't think he's picked up any injuries. I think someone like that will just get back into the training, But I'm confident of that. I think, we can't afford to not win that game. I think, and Arteta, the language that's coming out of the camp, he knows that. Look, let's get back to business now. Get focused. Go for the 3 points. So I'm confident. I think, they've got Antonio, and they've got, I think, one of the strikers or midfielders that played in the World Cup, whatever. But yeah, I think that's the 3 points that we need to get, and then that will also, let's see who he plays up front. I'm pretty sure we'll start with Martinelli, Eddie, and Saka. But yeah, I'm confident of that game. I'm really confident. Great way to get back to the season with another 3 points. I'm not like say, oh, we're gonna beat them 7-0 or 8-0. But no, I'm confident. I think I don't think the lads, particularly those that went to the World Cup and those that didn't, have suddenly lost momentum or took their eyes off the prize. It's not like, we've had a month off, we're chilling, relaxing. Of course, the ones that didn't go to the World Cup, I think, had a week off or whatever. But the rest was back in training and training hard. So I don't think it's like, oh my gosh, what's the plan again? What do we need to do? I think even before the break, they were focused enough to know that, So yeah, I'm confident of that one. And that would be a great way to start the season back again with a victory. So I'm saying Arsenal 2, West Ham 0.
That would be great. As you said, we've got a really difficult run coming, so we want to get back straight into it, winning games straight away. The way we were playing just before that international break was amazing. We saw that against Wolves. We're getting into that game. Great chance after hearing Man City lost to Brentford. We just went there, shut them down. They didn't have anything really, and we just comfortably won the game 2-0. And we've been doing that a lot this season. It's like, the way we're winning has been really impressive. It's not just winning, but the way we've been doing it. We're making
Yeah,
Chelsea, for example. I don't remember Chelsea really having a shot on target. The defense has been so good that we're really limiting the other teams, and we're showing our dominance. And we're winning most of the games in style. We had a couple of close games, but the majority of the games we've been winning them really in great style. And let's hope that will continue.
yeah, and that Leeds victory showed our character. You know, that we're not just, well, the same old Arsenal, we can get brushed aside and when the chips are down, you know, we fought to the end. So yeah, there's something in the air, man. You know, it's that Phil Collins song. I feel it in the air or whatever. I can't remember, but whatever.
It's a vital part of it as well. When you can still win when you're not playing at your best, as you said,
Yes.
that determination, that ability to fight. We fought right to the end. We've got a little bit of luck on our side, but you need that in a season. You're going to get games where you need that luck as well. So that's great stuff. So let's talk about the season overall. Then it's difficult. I know it's still early. It's only 14 games in. We're not even halfway through the season. But where do you think at this point now we can finish this season?
If we continue how we're playing, we'll win the Premiership, win the title. Um, you know, it's interesting online. Online football world is so interesting. You know, oh look, Arsenal going to fail. We're going to fail. We're going to fail. Oh, you're not going to win the Premiership. It's quite interesting the rhetoric's coming out. And when we lost against Man United, it was all over. I think if we continue how we continue, we're going to win the Premiership. It's not going to be easy by a long shot. I think. But we've proven when we lost to Man United, even though we should have lost that game, that we bounced back against the big teams, i.e. Brentford, well, not Brentford, the big team, but Tottenham and Liverpool. So this being recorded is going to be online very soon. Can we win the Premiership? Yes. Will we win it? I'm not too sure, but we'll give it a good shot. 5 points clear. Let's go for it. At the start of the season, our aim wasn't to win the Premiership, but now we're 5 points clear. Let's go and win the title. Let's give it our best shot.
Yeah, let's do this. Hopefully we can. So I know again it's difficult at this point, but give me your prediction for top four, please.
Yeah. Okay. Realistically, this is what I would want, and this is possible. Arsenal, because I realized that I answer your question like a politician. I was beating around the bush, beating around the bush, beating around. So yeah, we're gonna win the Premiership. So Arsenal first place, Man City second, Tottenham scumbag. Sorry, Tottenham third. And depending, hopefully they don't get any games result against us on January. I think Newcastle can potentially sneak into that top four position. Remember Liverpool. I just thought I don't unless they buy maybe 2 or 3 players. Liverpool are actually way behind. Man United are going to be inconsistent. Chelsea are kind of behind. So I think Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham, Newcastle, or because out of the three, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea. Yeah, I would just say Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham, Newcastle, or Chelsea.
Okay. Yeah, it's really competitive. As you said, Newcastle, they've been really good this season. They got the best defensive record, I think, in terms of goals conceded. We saw how good they were end of last season against us in that
Yeah,
game to win. They were so good. Like, they're just going to get better and better. So, as always, we know the Premier League's so competitive. Yes, one thing I wanted to ask you, you mentioned Man United, their situation with Cristiano Ronaldo. So, it was a bit of a mad one. Just before international break, he went, made this interview with Piers Morgan, and that led to them cancelling these contracts. What's your thoughts on that whole situation?
yeah. I mean, Ronaldo was like, he just wanted to get out, and that's the best way he done it. I still think Ronaldo needs a man manager around him, someone that can father him, regardless of the money or the fame or the name, whatever. Players like that need a father figure in their life, like a Sir Alex. That's the best manager he had, isn't it? And he still calls him father or dad now, whatever, or dad, whatever. He wanted to go. That he decided that's the best way to go. Ronaldo's he's a bit of a cocky guy, a bit arrogant sometimes, but he's a winner. He wants to play. He wants to win. He's still got that fire inside of him. Many clubs are not going to touch him with a barge pole, not just because of the attitude, because of the money. Remember, he's a global brand. My shout was that I thought someone like Newcastle would be a good place for him to go. Why? Eddie Howe can man manage him. 2, he'll become the main man. 3, he's still in England. 4, Newcastle they've got money behind him and they're pushing for for Champions League, the top 4 place. But when I said that on Twitter, about 100 Newcastle fans were like, no, 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 no. He's an icon. He's one of the greatest footballers of all time. You can't deny it. He wanted to leave. He left. But I think he's still got more to offer the game. Right? He's hungry for the game, isn't it? Some people might call it arrogant or confident. He's a troublemaker. But majority of things he was saying about Man United, the training ground, many other players said it. Mourinho mentioned about it. Other managers mentioned it too. So it's just because he's a global brand and he's a voice and he's an icon. It's seen as kind of different and a bit arrogant. Don't say nothing. Just keep it silent. That's not him for thing. But I just can't really see him playing in the Premiership again, ever again. But we can't discredit him and think he's some, one-hit wonder. He's proven himself at the highest level. He took Portugal from nothing to European Championships. So you have to give him his flowers and his kudos. But yeah, I just can't see him playing in the Premiership again or potentially at a top European club. But who knows? Who really knows?
Yeah, it'd be interesting for sure. He's a legend of a player, and you could say, but maybe as age is catching up with him now, he's a little bit on the decline, but still one of the best players we've ever seen. And
yeah,
got to respect that. So I just wanted to finish with, as it is Arteta's 3 anniversary, just was yesterday. Your thoughts on Arteta?
yeah. At the start of last season, when we lost it 3 games in a row, I was like, Arteta out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. In Destiny's Child, no, 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 no. But now I'm like, yeah, 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 yeah. You got to give him his kudos. He's I think the first 5 games, no, last season, I think it was like the 8th or 9th game at the Emirates. I noticed there was a difference in him. He was running up and down the touchline. He was getting involved. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? I think he's a man of a mission. He knows. He knows what he wants. He told us to trust the process. He's in that time he's won the FA Cup. We're now 5 points top in the league. He's re-emerged a new Arsenal Football Club. I'm really happy that he's our manager. I'm really proud for him to say, yeah, he's our manager. So some people putting him and Frank Lampard and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the same bracket. He's not. He's gone past that level, way, way past that level. So yeah, I'm happy he's a manager. He's proven himself not only just as a manager, but as a great man management. And I think that's the issue. He made a great decision with Aubameyang when other managers might have faltered. He had no holds barred when it comes to Aubameyang. He knew that the likes of Lacazette has to go, then players like that. So I'm really impressed with him. The proof is in the pudding now. And I think with the right backing, the money that he's going to get, with the unity that's coming up, that's at Arsenal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah. 10 out, no, I wouldn't say 10 out of 10. I would say thus far, 7.5, 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 I'll give him. Thus far. Because he's won a trophy. That thing for me, that's one of the main things.
Yeah, for sure. What a job Arteta's done. As a young, inexperienced manager, we knew coming in he's going to be learning on the job, and we can see he's learned and he's continuing to learn.
Yeah.
He's better and better as a manager. And from where we were, finishing 8th not too long ago, to where he's taken us now, top of the league, 5 points clear. And the way you can see he's built his own team.
Yes.
Made the work he's done alongside Edu and the scouts, and you can see the identity that he wants in the team. He talked always about the non-negotiables and like work ethic. We can see all of that is in the team now. It's just been amazing. So all credit to him, his coaching staff. Got to say credit to the board as well. They've really backed him.
Yep. Yep.
So it's great times for us, bro. Let's hope this continues. We finish the season strongly and we bring that Premier League title back here. It's been too long without having it here.
100%.
So thanks for your time, bro. I look forward to speaking to you later on in the season.
Cheers. Thanks, Amit. Take care.
That's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.